Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been the place to find new and certified used vehicles. Along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff, you, the customer, are their number one priority. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City. We've got three of the Kemper girls soccer team joining us here today. We've got Kora, Thomsen, Kylie Tracker, and Kenya Prescott joining us here today as they take on at Tri-Center earlier here today, falling in this one by a final of 5-0. Let's start off with Kora here over on my left. Kora, another match here in town for you guys today as the regular season beginning to wind down. How did things go here today? I know it wasn't a win, but how did you feel like it went?
Yeah, I think we played really good tonight. We had really good ball movement all around. Our crosses are getting better. We're still trying to get shots out of the middle, though.
This team does seem to have gotten better as the season has went on. Where do you feel like this team has improved?
Definitely passing, and we struggled with spacing a lot at the beginning of the year, and it's slowly improving.
What do you think has led to that? Is just getting practice time or just getting comfortable in your roles this year?
I would say just getting comfortable and learning how to play with each other. We have a lot of underclassmen playing with us this year, so it helps. The more you play with each other, you learn how each other play. And we actually had one day where we watched film, and almost every 5 seconds we stopped to tell us that we needed to spread out. So that also made us just kind of really aware of the situation.
How hard is it to notice that when you're out playing?
It depends. If you're really moving fast, you don't really see it, but once you stop and look, you're like, wow, we need to spread out. But it just depends on where the ball's on the field and how fast it's moving.
You mentioned a young team. You kind of had to deal with that with basketball this last season as well. So what's it like being kind of that veteran leader, one of the many on this team, but, to be able to kind of try to bring these young kids along?
Yeah. It's fun, but it can be frustrating just because we all three have had a lot of experience with soccer, and just trying to pass on our knowledge to everyone else it's frustrating, but at the same time it's very rewarding to see their improvement.
We slid out of the sunshine for the interview, but I think the first time you guys have played in sun all season long. So what was it like out there today, having some sun beating down on you?
Really hot. We are not used to the heat at all. It's been 32 and raining, and we've played a full game, so we're not acclimated to it quite yet.
Well, I tell you what, best of luck with that. It's always good to catch up with you. I appreciate you joining us here today.
Thank you.
You bet. Let's move over now to Kylie Tracker. And Kylie, injured at the beginning of the season. Finally started to play, I think, about 2 weeks ago now.
Yep, I got back for the Carroll game.
Yeah, how are you coming along? How close to 100% are you?
Eventually getting there, hopefully. My ankle still is pretty wobbly and pretty uneasy, but the more I play, the more it gets better and better. These few games they've been back to back and back and back, so it's tired, but it's fun.
How's the conditioning for you? Were you able to do much conditioning, while you were out?
No, not really. I kind of had to take it easy at first. My ankle was really, really swollen. Couldn't walk on it, but now that I'm back, outside of practices, I've been running and I've been getting in shape again. Definitely first practice back, I was like, wow, I'm out of shape. But now that I'm back, it feels good.
Where do you think you've gotten better in these last 2 weeks since you were able to play?
Well, I play forward now, and I really like it up there. I think me and Kate work really well together and getting passes from the middle from Kenya. I've always been a really vocal leader, so, just finding those passes and switching fields, and we're definitely getting better at that this time.
Sounds like the transition to forwards went well.
Yeah.
Where do you feel your strengths are as a forward?
Well, I'm left-footed, so one of the fewer on the team. So I love being on the left side. Otherwise, I'd play attacking mid, so I sometimes go off with Kenya. But I really like it up there. I think that I can receive passes really well, and I see the field really well. So it's fun.
Taking those shots, what's your favorite shot to take when you get that opportunity, maybe on a cross or a breakaway?
Kate is really good at crosses, so I love taking those from her. Jordan, she wasn't there last night, but Jordan had a really nice cross, and I got a goal in because of it, so those crosses are really awesome.
Take us through that cross and the goal for you last night.
So it was beginning of the first half, a few minutes in. Jordan Schulte dribbled up the left side. I was playing right side this time because Kate was gone. And so it's perfect right through the middle, and I kneed it in. It was perfect.
Where do you think this team's at right now with postseason right around the corner?
The team bonding is a lot of fun. Senior night was last night, so just as this team goes on, we're definitely getting closer and closer, and I think because of that, we work well together. Passing is getting better, and I don't think if we want to have that team bonding, it wouldn't be as good.
I know you're a student of this game. You really enjoy playing it. So while you were on the sidelines here, I'm sure you were watching. What did you learn that you maybe be able to bring to the team since getting back out there?
Yeah, so Rusty actually had me take notes and give him advice because he still is a new coach. So I found a lot of things where now being back on the field, I use them and I help the other girls use them. Claire Jansen took my spot when I was gone, and so just when she got off the field, helping her and all of the younger girls because we are a young team.
What are you looking forward to here with the postseason right around the corner?
I'm just looking forward to just the fun of it and just getting more excited for this intensity. I mean, every game down the road is getting more and more intense. So as we prepare for that, preparing for the off season or
postseason.
Postseason. There you go.
Well, I tell you what, Kylie, it's always fun catching up with you. I'm struggling here today too. I appreciate you joining us. I'm glad to see you back out playing.
Thank you, Jeff.
Best of luck coming up.
Thank you.
You bet. Let's move over now to the final part of the interview here today. And Kenya Prescott, how did things go for you out here today?
It was definitely more of a physical game than we're used to, I'd say. With this game, though, I feel like it was the first game we really maintained our spacing, which is something we really struggled with, and we started connecting passes more than just a through ball, which takes a little bit more skill. So it was good. Even though the score didn't tell how good we were playing, I thought this was one of our better games for us.
Tri-Center, one of the better teams you've played maybe this year?
They're definitely within the top couple, but there's, Lewis Central.
They
kind of trump everyone.
So you talked about the physicality today. It's probably going to be like that once the postseason starts. So how important was it to kind of maybe get used to the physicality here today?
What sucks about our team is, we're all kind of smaller, but we're a lot quicker. So it's hard for us to be fast and strong at the same time, especially if you're dribbling as fast as you can down the field. But it's good to face them more now than later.
How do you try to use your speed to your advantage?
Just run faster than them.
Talk about the ball handling for you. I've always noticed that, especially this year, you seem to handle the ball well. Where did that come from?
Julie Perkins, my middle school club coach, she made us do ball handling every single day. Every practice is what we started with.
What do you like about it?
It's more than just, you're more in control of the ball. I mean, you can predict where they're going and go the other way, and you're completely have an open field now. So it's definitely nice to have that skill set.
Many shots on goal for you and for the team tonight?
I mean, there could have been more, but there's definitely been games where we had way less. So, I mean, in the middle.
How close did you guys come to scoring today?
I'd say, I don't know, kind of in the middle. I mean, we weren't that close, but we definitely had shots on goal that were good shots.
Lineups kind of changed off and on a little bit this year. How have you guys gotten comfortable with, players in different positions and different players in different matches?
I'd say the hardest part was when Kylie got hurt. Replacing a midfield is pretty hard if you know soccer. So when I had to refill that position and develop a forward, it was pretty rough just because there's so many abstract things about soccer that you can't really teach. You just kind of have to see. So that was a struggle in the beginning, but now that Kylie's back and, the younger players are starting to understand the game more, it's clicking a lot more.
Is that where do you think the young players have developed the most, is just their understanding of the game?
Well, there's two parts of soccer, skill and then spacing, and they've definitely really gained skill for sure. And I've seen it with some spacing, but they're definitely still working on it, but that just takes time, and they'll get there.
How do you like being a leader of the younger kids?
I struggle with being vocal because, I'm like, how don't you see that? I see it, and my voice just does not carry. I could scream and no one hears me.
We'll have to get you working on that, right? Yeah, especially playing college and volleyball, coming up. So what are you looking forward to here as the regular season winds down?
Just like I said, this was one of the first games we played actual soccer, and that's when it starts to get really fun, more than just running back and forth blindly. So that was nice, and I'm really looking forward to that aspect of the game.
Well, I appreciate you joining us. I know you got to run off, so I appreciate you taking some time here today. Best of luck coming up the rest of the way.
Yep, thank you.